Welcome to Igniting Change, Finding Your Fire, a podcast covering all topics health, healing, and spirituality. I'm your host, Meena Puri. Thank you for joining me. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. So this podcast episode is about mothers and the dilemma specifically that as mothers we face all the time, from time to time. So today on Mother's Day, I want to take a moment to wish every mother out there a very happy Mother's Day. So this day is going to look different for all of us. There might be, for some mothers, it might be a great time of celebration, togetherness with their children, flowers, cards, brunches, and hugs, and lots of good time. And when I see mothers and children together, it delights my heart. I wish you a superb Mother's Day, and I want you to have countless, countless moments together with your children. But on the other hand, there are some mothers who will not only will they not have will be with their children, but they have no hopes of ever being with their children in physical form. I'm sending you love, and I have had losses, not a child, but it's beyond words. But all I can say is that I see you, I hear you, and I'm sending you lots of love and acknowledgement that how this day may be so difficult for you. Nonetheless, take some time to give some love to yourself on this day that can be so difficult for you. Then there are mothers who just simply have difficult relationship with their adult children. The truth is, not all children transition into adulthood in a linear fashion. Some children create a distance from their mothers, especially, um, so they can find their own voice, so they can do things in their own way, the independent kind, or so they think, right? They need their own time and space to figure themselves out. They're not mature enough to do both simultaneously. They're not mature enough to handle a strong or intense relationship with a mother, because a relationship with a mother can be very intense, and listen to their own voice at the same time. So the only way they know how to handle it is they distance themselves. And I have worked with many, many mothers over the years. And this journey into motherhood is no easy journey. My own journey has been very difficult. My own journey into motherhood from the time my child was born. I gave birth to a 3-month-old premature baby. So needless to say, our journey was quite, not easy. So I talk about more about that, by the way, in my upcoming book. Is titled Mother's Dilemma and a Possible Way Out. So I share my personal story in my upcoming book. Hopefully it'll be released this year. And I hope to provide some insight, some wisdom that I've gained from my own experiences, as I've been able to help many, many mothers to get out of that dilemma with their mothers, with their children, and really get on with their life in spite of the difficulty that their children might be experiencing. So if that is you, I also want to wish you a happy Mother's Day, and please take some time to just mother yourself, to show yourself some love in whatever way, shape, or form that is that feels good to you. So a few things that I want to share. We have been, programmed, in many cases brainwashed into how to be a human, how to be anything, especially how to be a mother. Mothers historically, the examples that were shown to us that they are the martyrs. I'll die for my kids. And the truth is, we probably will. I know I would. If it would save my child's life, I would do that. And a relationship with your children and a mother is an intense one. It's an intense one because it's biology. You can't do anything about it. Mothers naturally worry about their children. That's also you cannot do anything about, but I'm just going to talk about how you can worry better and how to find your way through the difficulty that you have with your children who are moving into adulthood but not having such an easy time, and how I get out of those situations so I can continue to live my full peaceful life in spite of the difficulties that my child might be, or my now adult son could be experiencing. So first of all, number one, as much as have we been taught that we are meant to be all, I just want to remind you, you are just the mother. You are a mother. Stop trying to be your children's counselor, your children's everything. So when I talk about children here, I'm talking about adult children. Not that you cannot be. You probably have the wisdom of to be so many things because we have been so many things when they were born. But what happens with the adult children, they do need their own time and space to figure things out. They will probably come to the same conclusion as the advice you give them, but it's this thing about creating autonomy and independence, that it's my decision, I'm not listening to you. So it's really a real need for the children to separate away because they're trying to find themselves. At the same time, they lack the maturity to be able to find their own voice, their own way, and have still a good relationship with you simultaneously. Some can do that. Some feel like they're not mature enough to handle both. So what they do, they distance themselves because you're mirroring the truth to them. They know the mother's voice, it's ringing in their ears all the time. That's what they're trying to get away from. And they know it to be true because mothers, they speak their heart. They want their kids to succeed, be happy, and be reach for the stars. So it's a very intense and emotionally involved relationship of mothers and children. And when children are entering into adulthood, they're just not yet mature enough to handle such intensity and handle so many directions that their own psyche is pulling them into, the pressures from the world, especially if they are struggling. So specifically, this podcast is about the mother's dilemma for the mothers of the adult children who are struggling, right? So what they do, they pull away. It's not personal. And the feeling that the mothers have that, they feel abandoned. I have clients who have felt abandoned by their adult children. I have felt abandoned. But the truth is, that's not what they're doing. They're not abandoning you. The truth is, they are not thinking about you. It's funny and sad at the same time. They're not thinking about you because their head is in so many other directions. They're taking you for granted. They know you're going to be there. So they can act, behave whichever way. And it's okay for them to take their mother for granted. So they are not intentionally doing anything to hurt you, although you are being hurt. So just, take some comfort in knowing that they're just not ready yet to handle so many intense emotional relationships at the same time. When the third thing that I want to share that, there's a time where we become like a teacher slash friend to our children. So it's So teacher in the guise of a mother. So you don't want to come across, I'm going to teach you, they're going to run away. So you want to teach them in a way that doesn't feel like teaching. You see the dilemma here? What to say, how to say it, when to say it. You know, either way, you do this can happen. You do this, they think this way. No matter what you do, you get blamed. So there's a tagline in my book, which I'm sure I'm going to put on. I'm going to include that in my book, and that is, um, as a mother, you are screwed. I tell that to my clients because it's your fault. Of course, it's your fault. You overdid this, you underdid this, you didn't do that, you didn't do that, you said this, you did not see this, you didn't do this, you did this, right? Fill in the blanks. You cannot win. But it's not about winning. Only you know your truth, right? You're not trying to win with your children. And also, you're not trying to get a certificate or a trophy. No, you're just simply being a mom. And when you, as a mom, trust the love that you have for your children, and that love is what makes us, no matter what, we're there for them. No matter how they behave, we want the best for them. We're there. The love can never ever fade away because it's biology, it's nature. There's not a thing that you can do about it. So it's a lot of, spending time, perhaps reflecting, perhaps looking at the bigger picture. What happens that when our children are not launched successfully, quote unquote, whatever we deem success to be, all of our um, our insecurities, our past lack of whatever that we have not resolved, it comes to surface. So I always say that my son has taught me, given me so much opportunity. He's grown me up. Isn't that funny? My child has grown me up. He forced me to grow up. So it's an opportunity for you to heal the past, for you to reparent yourself, listen to and love your own inner child. And I believe that when we do that type of work, it feels less intense. Our children's behavior feels not so dramatic or doesn't feel so hurtful because you get your wits about you. You're able to see through what's happening and not get so emotional because so much of the emotional reactions is accumulated from our prior experiences. So this is an opportunity for you to heal everything that you are experiencing. And next thing I want to talk about, there's, as a mother, there's guilt because the responsibility of not, it's one thing to grow the child, that responsibility, but when they come out into the world, the responsibility is beyond enormous. You feel so responsible. And with the responsibility comes the guilt. I didn't do this right. It's my fault. They're not into fully grown adults because I did this or I didn't do this. Look at that child over there. Why is my child not like that? If you are doing that to yourself, I really recommend or encourage you to stop. Number one, don't compare. Every person, including our children who come into this world, they come with their own karma. They come with their own journey. It does not help them when you take on all the blame and become the martyr and, feel guilty, because it affects your children just the same. Your energy affects them. You're not supposed to know it all, and you're not supposed to do it all. You're not supposed to be all for your children. You just be the mother. You're human. You're allowed to make mistakes. And don't go into the what if. You know why? Because you don't have a magic ball. Whatever you do it with your full heart, you do it with the full intentions. That's all you're allowed. That's all you're supposed to do. Don't get into the what if, because you'll drive yourself nuts. That's really is not going to give you any solutions, and you're not supposed to predict the future. You're not a future predictor. So give yourself some love, give your kids some time and space, and most importantly, trust. Trust in your heart, trust in your love for them, trust in what you have taught them, trust in them as individuals. You know, I always, this is what the understanding that I myself came to. I'm one person. There's that, angels, good people in the world, God. So I leave it in the hands of that which is bigger and beyond me, because I can't solve it all. I can't do it all. And so there is that level of trust that what will happen for the best. And another thing that I do, many times when we worry, you're not going to stop the worrying, but we can worry smartly. What I usually do is when I worry, then most, 99% of the worries are really made up, because anytime the kid doesn't answer the phone, moms think that they have. I have a friend who laughs at me. He goes, moms think that they have fallen into the ditch. They think the worst case thing. That's just a mom's thing, right? But we don't have to drive ourselves crazy with that kind of a thinking. Your kids are adults. They are trying to be adults. So trust in your teaching with them. Know that they are safe. So what I do is when I worry, I just put that worry, I take it to the infinite. I take it to God. Here's my worry, and please help me. So then many times I will visualize, meditate, put out, light surrounding them so they are safe. I'm able to connect that way. Every mother is able to connect with their children that way. So, have a partner in your worry. That is the Almighty, one and only God, your angels, your faith, whatever it may be, your saviors, where you go to when there's no place else to turn to. That help is always available to us. We are not supposed to handle it all. So worry, but include an element of trust in it. Yes, I'm concerned, but I trust. I trust, I trust, I trust. Send your kids positive vibes, send them love, keep in touch with them, even when they don't respond. They don't respond, you know, they are like that. They don't pick up the phone, they don't answer the text, they don't answer your emails. But keep the connection going without expecting anything in return. Not just with show, but truly let go. You don't need anything from your children. All you need is for them to be happy. Your children need you still. If they need you, they know where to find you. So we don't have to keep chasing them. So I want you to just contain your energy. Put yourself at the forefront for a little time. You have been given this gift of time if your kids are not constantly wanting your attention. So there can be a good thing in that, right? So use that time to build your life, to use this time to heal. Use this time to bring some joy and all the things that you have desired to do that you put off because you are too busy raising them. Now you have that time. Use that time for yourself and just send a prayer. Send a prayer. May the kids be happy, safe, and may they thrive in their lives. And Lastly, what I want to say, if you want the best for your children, think the best of them. Once again, happy Mother's Day, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You can find all episodes of Igniting Change, Finding Your Fire at ayurvedichealingcenter.com. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and share your comments.